Okay, so there is a specific scientific definition and such for the reason that astrology is real, and that reason is osmosis, movement of water, the movement of water in our galaxy. Now, as most people know, the moon has a direct effect on how the tides move, change, and so forth. But the other planets also have different impending effects on different impending directions and what is affected on Earth itself. Now, there is other reasons, and that is magnetic. The magnetism of each planet plays different roles for their different sizes, different masses, different denses. There's a direct correlation on what happens here on Earth. For example, when a planet is in retrograde, it has a direct effect on how the planet is, because it affects on how everything sits with one another due to the polarity. The polarity can affect the distance and push, you know. This is polar, this is opposite. This is two magnets attempting to come together, being restrained due to the fact that there is polarity in such magnetism. Now, you have Jupiter, which is expansive, of course, because it's gas. Gas expands, as is vapor. Now, the ring on Saturn is very constricting, and thus Saturn is a limiting teacher, and these are outer planets. That means their effect is quite different as to the planets that are closer. How so? We find that planets that are closer have more of an emotional effect on us, rather than a mental effect. For example, Neptune, our imagination, comes from Neptune. Things of self-delusion are associated with the planet in a lot of astrological readings, as well as Saturn being a limiting teacher. How can you use your resources? What are you limited by? How can you learn to get out of a situation like that? And Jupiter is philosophical. It rules your religious beliefs, ambitions, and philosophies, expanding, travel, things of that nature. Uranus is a planet of knowledge, rebellion, spontaneousness, and futuristic capacities. Now, you'll notice each of these are quite mental orientated, whereas Mars is passions, Venus love, and Mercury communication. They're all tied into each other. You can't have a relationship without communicating with the other individual. You cannot have a relationship without passion. You cannot communicate without, at least a need to communicate. So your impulses and such aggressiveness is Mars. And you'll find that the sun and the moon, which are known as luminaries, also have a great profound effect on how we are. You'll notice if it's not a sunny day, it's raining, you don't want to go outside. You want to go stay in bed. You want to sleep, and your muscles ache. The osmosis is turning, and we can feel it. Whereas on a sunny day, you're more likely to go outside or be in a better mood. These are all things that have profound effects. Now, you may notice that in astrology, a lot of people attempt to call it out as hocus pocus because they don't know that it has to do with our solar system having an effect through our atmosphere to affect the water, thus changing our mood. Which is why when you hear people say weather changes mood, it's not untrue. Everything around our universe has a profound effect on everything. Then, in the way it shifts, affects weight and temperatures and energies in general. Now, energy matter, etc., cannot be created nor can it be destroyed, as the law of physics states. So it is simply transferred through a shift. And there are more reasons than that to believe in astrology. besides the fact that it's dead ass accurate if you've ever done your natal chart. So, I hope you enjoyed the facts